Mistress Reba here, and the storms wailed, and the witches howled, and voices and screams were heard abounding, sounding through the woods or along the riverside. Who knows exactly where the sounds came from, but they came like a wailing in the night. Oh yes, young Pearl, young Pearl, young Pearl, poor girl. How did she know, how was she to know that, indeed, that she might meet her demise? And that was the year 1896. Here it is, 2008. 2008, and yet her head has not been found. Will it ever be? Is that for you, Rye, to decide? Will her spirit ever rest free? Let me give you a little bit of the background story. But first, as it were, there will be more video footage to come of this as well. Some of my fellow YouTubers, Doug at 13 Skulls, Pammy, Ashley, and who knows who else will be participating, and what spirits we might conjure up when we speak and we do footage, and, well, some of the places and special things that my old mind can take us back to. Ah, memories past, days and nights and decades gone by, and photographs that I hold in my mind's eye. It was a late night. Miss Pearl, such a young lady of her quality and upbringing, certainly was not supposed to be among the likes of men doing the things that she was doing. And oh, I'm very sure that her family was quite upset, very upset, with some of the men that she was cavorting around the greater Cincinnati area with, when she stumbled upon and met none other than Jackson and Wallings. Now, memory fails me a little because, remember, people, I'm more than a half of a decade old, and as it were, some things just don't stay in my brain as much as I would like them to. Well, one of them was a med student or dental student, and as it were, it's my understanding all of these years that poor Headless Pearl, of course she wasn't headless at the time, but it's my understanding, you see, that she indeed was pregnant by, well, let's say one of these young men. And they decided to do a deed on her. Yes, indeed. They wanted to make sure that no one learned of Pearl's pregnancy. And back in 1896, what a better way to make sure that you were not caught, to make certain that no matter what, a body from a local place could not be identified, then there was no crime, right? Food for thought, my pretties. Food indeed for So in other words, as long these trails that they passed, who knows where her screams were heard? Who knows if it was a barn owl, or a toad, or a wolf crying that heard her sounds? Who knows? But what I do know is they chopped up off her head so that she would not be identified. Lo and behold, too quickly, her body was discovered by a young man who was a Campbell County resident at the time, and lo and behold, I, Mistress Reba, possess a photograph of the man, the young boy, I shall say, at the time, who found that grim set of circumstances, the headless corpse there, the headless corpse before him. Yes, indeed. I have it. I do, I do, I do. So we're going to move along, and for the people I mentioned, indeed, we are going to be filming some footage, some of these things and places and what have you that I'm speaking about. And I promise you, it will be way, way better than this. Way better than this. Some of the local folk still talk about her corpse, her headless corpse, going through looking for the body parts that might be lying there. Some in Bobby Mackey's cafe over in Wilder, Kentucky. But who's to really say? How do we really know? All we can do is continue on with our quest. Pearl's headless body was taken back by her family, but the valise that was said to have held her head for so long in the Campbell County Courthouse, it rested there for many years and is still locally on display, my pets. What an appropriate time to talk about a local situation, as it were, is the best that I can call it, because it still goes and still is an enigma. More shall follow. And please click the annotations that will be on this video. They will take you to some of my other partners' YouTube sites, where we shall attempt to capture some footage of this crime. And what a better time than now, as we near Halloween. Well, to me it's Samhain. That's the witches' terms for it, but that's okay. Just remember to follow along, my pets. Ta-ta for now.